All right, Saagar, what are you looking at?
Well, as I've probably said ad nauseum at this point, if there is only one good thing to come from COVID, it is millions of people getting in touch with their own health. You understand the power of regular exercise, good diet, regular sleep, other very basic care routines which can yield insane dividends as you begin to age. It certainly was the case with myself, and I've heard now from so many of you. But there's a flip side to people like us. People who actually took away from COVID that the medical system can triumph over nature, that those who believed most fervently in masks, in multiple booster shots, in lockdowns, it's almost a transhumanistic idea that man has advanced so far from natural pathogens that by extension all human conditions can be beaten by human ingenuity. Our entire medical system is effectively designed around this idea. Why? Because it does two things. Number one, it takes medicine into the realm of hidden knowledge, drugs, pharmacology, outside the realm of common sense, and also into the realm where they can give you something to fix whatever is wrong with you. Two, of course, when you happen to tell you what's wrong with you, what specific drug or expensive tool or surgery that you need, they also happen to charge you for it. That, in a concise way as possible, is how I can try to capture Western medicine. One where medicine often trumps common sense and age-old biology, and is now often impacted by ideology to protect the feelings of patients over their actual long-term well-being. For adults, this is of course vitally important, but where it is arguably the most important is children, for whom it is our solemn duty to protect, especially from our own pathologies impacting them. That's where I want to spend time today. The new regulations that were released by the American Pediatric Association regarding the troubling spike in childhood obesity. Childhood obesity is a genuine crisis that actually exploded during the pandemic, especially over the last 20 years. BMI indexes for children have gotten so out of control they literally had to remake the chart last month to include how fat some kids are today, because they did not even exist at that weight level in the year 2000. According to the latest data from the CDC, some 20% of all children in the United States are obese, not overweight, obese. It's actually worse though. Kids are younger and being more obese over time. 12% between 2 and 5, 20% between 6 and 11, 22 between 12 and 19. Obesity itself, especially that of young people, is one way for a ticket to all kinds of horrible health conditions throughout your life. High blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, joint problems, heart problems, overall all-cause mortality goes way up. It is probably the single biggest crisis afflicting kids today. Naturally, we expect the American Academy of Pediatrics to want to do something about it, and they have, in the most Western medicine way of all time. The new guidance says, basically, we should use drugs and surgery much earlier when treating childhood obesity. That drug includes a possibly revolutionary new weight loss drug known as semaglutide, and surgery options which can run the gamut. Now, obviously, we should all have a lot of questions. The drug seems to work well in adults, temporarily. How well does it work in children? Are we sure that screwing with insulin and gut function and GLP in children will not impact their overall development over time? As far as surgery goes, so the solution to childhood obesity is to just slash and burn somebody's stomach and then hope that it's okay for the rest of their life? Is it reversible? How will it impact them throughout puberty? These are all great questions. Yet, as Dr. Vinay Prasad points out, the new American Academy of Pediatrics guidance with respect to semaglutide is based on, quote, 2 small studies of weekly injection amongst children as young as 8, and even within those small studies, they showed, quote, significant adverse effects. Those 2 small studies were all that they needed to then recommend this for all children afflicted by obesity in the United States. Do people realize how crazy this is? What's worse is that when you read deeper, you understand this is part of a broader ideological project to emphasize medicine over lifestyle. In fact, one of the experts who helped justify the new guidance, the co-director of the Center for Pediatric Obesity Medicine at the University of Minnesota, said, quote, obesity is not a lifestyle problem. It is not a lifestyle disease. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been to a food scarce region on the planet that has an obesity problem? If the answer is no, then obviously it's a freaking lifestyle disease. For parents who find it difficult to feed their kids healthy, nutritious meals, you will always have my eternal sympathy in this country. When they bring their kids into the doctor's office for help, we should have redirected some of the billions of dollars I'm sure is going to be spent on these drugs and on surgeries to basic stuff, making sure kids have access to healthy food, exercise program, they're going to burn more calories in places like gym class than they did previously, solving childhood obesity. It will require an entire reorientation of the way that we approach health, where lifestyle is first, not secondary. Drugs and surgery are the last of the last resorts. For too long, they have just been too willing to let us get sick and then sell you a type of cure. For adults, it's immoral. For children, it is a crime. We have to stop it. And unfortunately, the drug makers, the doctors, the medical guilds, they're always not going to be on your side. The best thing that you can do is to try and keep yourself and your kids healthy. It's very hard, but it's not as hard as being reliant on a drug for the rest of your life. So when you read the guidance, it's totally nuts.
Hey guys, ready or not, 2024 is fully upon us now, and Saagar and I have been brainstorming ways that we can really up our game for this critical election.
Yeah, we rely on our premium subs to expand our coverage, to add staff, to upgrade the studio. We just want to give you the best independent coverage of this election, which is possible. So if you can help us out, become a premium subscriber today, breakingpoints.com, or the link is down here in the description video. It really means the world to us. And if you like what we're all about, this is the best possible way to keep us 100% independent, working only for you.